Hello beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Rosalind. On this channel I feature lifestyle, inspiration, and a lot of self-care. In today's video we will be talking about how you can cut down on sugar. Let's get started. Now, if you've been wanting to cut back on sweets and some of the things that you've been eating, you should definitely try a sugar detox. It's going to help you look and feel your best. There was a study done by the Ohio University Medical Center, and they determined that a sugar detox takes between 3 to 10 days, but the more sugar that you normally take in, the longer the detox will take. Now, my first tip for you is kind of really stringent, but it is to stop eating out. And I know it can be tough for some people who like to grab a quick bite when they're out or when they're in a rush, but you really need to stop eating out. The reason that you need to stop eating out is because a lot of these restaurants, they have pre-made items that they either heat up or they combine with other items, and they don't always have the breakdown of all the components of their food. So you may think that it is 400 calories of what have you, or 600 calories, but you don't really know the sugar content. And a lot of things nowadays have sugar in there. So you can't really control a lot when you're out and you're eating. So stop eating out would be the first thing that I would suggest that you do. The second thing is very easy, and it is to replace the things that you drink, such as soda, tea, and even coffee and sports drinks and whatever else you drink, with just plain old water. Now, if you do need a little boost and maybe you don't like the taste of water, you can add like lemon to it, you can add cucumber, a lot of different fruits and stuff that you can add to it to give it just a little bit of a taste. But I would just really cut back on the sodas and everything else that you normally add traditional sugar to. The third thing that I would do is I would eat fresh, frozen, or dried fruit. Now that's going to help you a little bit because you may kind of crave some sweetness. You can actually take some grapes and you can put them in the freezer, and they taste really good when they're frozen. Some people will say canned fruit, but I would be very careful with the canned fruit. Some of the canned fruit actually is in the heavy syrup, so you can try to drain it or rinse it if you want, but I would just try to find the canned fruit that is actually in juice or in water. The next thing that I would do when I go shopping, I would look at every single label, and I would try to buy the item that has the lowest amount of added sugars. And sometimes if your favorite item has more, that may be why you like it or prefer it over another brand, or it could just simply be the taste. But I would compare food labels to make sure that I am buying something that I like to eat that tastes good, and it also doesn't have a lot of the added sugars in it, or it has lower sugar than the one that I normally buy. The other thing that I would do is kind of cut back on servings. Now, I wouldn't go cold turkey when I'm cutting back on sugar. I would just really just cut back. So if I'm used to making cookies or cakes or brownies, or even if I'm stopping to get these things, I would just cut back. If I was going every other day to get a muffin, I would go once a week, and then you can start baking some things at home, and that way you can start putting what you want to put in there. And there are a lot of different things that you can put in there to sweeten it, to make it taste really good, versus going out to a bakery and getting it and having it loaded with sugar. So you can try extracts, you can try spices. So you can use extracts like almond, vanilla, orange, or lemon. You can also try spices like ginger, allspice, cinnamon, and nutmeg. Those are very good choices to help just kick up the flavor. All right, and so the last thing is to try to substitute. I use regular unsweetened almond milk and the vanilla almond milk. I don't really see a taste difference between that and the traditional, so I like to go with the unsweetened version. For my kids, when I purchase applesauce, I do the unsweetened applesauce for them, and they like that over the traditional applesauce. They said the traditional applesauce is too sweet, and I think it's because their taste buds are so used to the unsweetened version of it. But I just try to substitute everything. So even when I'm eating cereal or oatmeal, instead of adding sugar to it, I will add something like bananas or cherries or strawberries, or like some dried fruit like some raisins or cranberries or apricots, and that really helps me cut back on traditional sugar. Well, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye.